good in your eyes. And Hezekiah wept bitterly. Go back and tell Hezekiah, the ruler of my people, this is what the Lord, the God of your father David, says. I have heard your prayer and I have seen your tears. I will heal you. On the third day from now, you will go up to the temple of the Lord, and I will add 15 years to your life. And I will deliver you and the city from the hand of the king of Assyria. I will defend the city for my sake and for the sake of my servant David. Now, this is a time when Hezekiah was very ill. In fact, he was in his deathbed, and he's just praying to God. And I love that. And this is what we're going to just focus on today. He asked God to remember everything that he had done. He asked God to remember the good things and the good deeds he has done, or he had done in his entire life, and how faithful he had been. Now, I want us to connect this scripture to Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10, which says, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love that you have shown him as you have helped his people and continued to help them. Today, I just want us to think about what we'd ask God to remember. What would you ask God to remember? Like something that you have done. You know? Because he's very just. We're reading that he's not unjust and he will not forget the work you've done. But is there something for him to remember? Is there something you can go to him and tell him, God, remember that I have done this, that I have been faithful, that I have, I've lived in righteousness, I have, been good to you and to your people. What does he have to remember? In as much as, he can't forget for sure, but can you present something to him, just like Hezekiah is doing? Is there something God is remembering you for? And if there is, I'm just reminding you that then he'll not forget it. He can't forget it, and he'll reward you for it. He rewarded Hezekiah for his faithfulness. He healed him. And he added 15 years to his life. Because he's faithful, because he's just. And because really Hezekiah gave him every reason to do that. He gave him every reason to do that. He served him faithfully, wholeheartedly, and he did good in God's eyes. This morning, ask God to remember you for the things that you have done, for the good you have done. Because he will, because he's faithful and he's just. And he will not forget the work that you have done and the love that you have shown him and his people. That is the word of the Lord from the Lord for us today. That he will always remember. Therefore, you have to have something for him to remember. You have to have something that you can tell him, God, but I did this. I served you in this way. And he's just to make sure he rewards you for your good work. He will listen and he will hear you when you go to him, just like he did with Hezekiah. That's the word of the Lord for us today. I hope it has encouraged you. I hope it has challenged you to have something that you can go to God and say, God, I did this. Remember that I did this or that. We'll be getting into prayers in just a bit, so I'm inviting you to share your prayer request on 0702 969 969. That's both on text and WhatsApp, and just join together. I'd like us to just join together in prayers, submit our prayers to Him together, trusting that He is faithful and He will do it.